good idea? I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I just wanted to like shout from backstage like, girl, just let them bounce, girl. It turned out really nice when it got finished. But while I was working it, I was just like, girl, sometimes you just reach too high. Like, what were you thinking? Like, this is... Hey everyone, it's Aaliyah, and today I'll be giving you the breakdown of each piece that I made for the Livingstone Homecoming fashion show.
Walk by, on fire, baby, can't douse it. That body banging, what's that? You should model, girl, with the overpin. Walk by.
So a little bit of back history, right? So every year, the HBCU, Livingstone College here in North Carolina, they have homecoming events, and one of the events that's always packed is the fashion show. So this year I was invited by the one and only Alexis Darnell, who's the coordinator of the fashion show during homecoming. She reached out to me and said, hey, someone actually referred me to her, which is awesome. And she invited me to be part of the fashion show. So immediately I was just like, yes, I would love to do it. I have to go all out. I have a show out. So here are a few of the pieces that I made. This was also a like a debut for my fall winter collection for my own personal business. All of these pieces you can find on my website. Each piece that I make has a story to it. There's nothing that I make that's just meaningless. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of share just the story behind each piece and my inspiration and all that. So let's get into it. So the very first piece that I made for the fashion show, I actually got the inspiration from, I think it was Kendall. I want to say it was Kendall Jenner. She had on a dress that had the similar design, and I thought it was really cute. So I tried to recreate it. The very first time was my Valentine's Day collection in 2019, where I had black and red. So this time I kept the black and just switched out the red for this light gray color because it went well with the rest of my collection. So what I ended up doing different this time that I didn't do for Valentine's Day is instead of making it a full dress, I split the piece in two. So there's a mini skirt and then a crop top. So this is the top. It's just a fully black top front and back. It's mock neck. A lot of my pieces were mock neck for the fall season. Long sleeve crop top, right? The top was paired with this skirt. Right, it has fringe on the side and then a pocket, a welt pocket. This is actually a functioning pocket because one thing my ride or dies know, anytime I make something, it must have pockets unless it's a dress. Sometimes I put pockets in those too. This is the type of pocket that you see on suits, specifically men's suits. It's called a welt flat pocket. And I really thought it was a nice way to switch up how to use this pocket by putting it into a mini skirt, because why not? Here's the pocket in there. And then the side, the fringe. This part you can actually see through like that. Now this fringe part was not originally cut out. This was just a full mini skirt that you couldn't see any skin through. So the model actually gave me the idea, which I thought about before, to go ahead and cut out the fringe portions so you can just see the leg. But I couldn't figure out how to keep the structure of the mini skirt and the fringe part cut out. Because once you cut out this, it's like you're cutting off a whole slice of the skirt. So instead of the skirt fitted, it kind of frills out a little bit. Does that make sense? I hope so. So I ended up figuring out to just keep the hem part of the skirt. So this part was still attached to her leg, while this part you could still see through, right? So I think she executed it beautifully. The model was a total black Barbie. She was beautiful. And this piece was really fun to make. This was the first piece that actually got done. So there's that. All right, so for my second piece, I got this inspiration from a designer by the name of Shane Justin, I believe. He made a jumpsuit that had a zipper going diagonal between the woman's chest, and I thought it was really cute. So if you're feeling a little daring that night, you can unzip it, show a little something, you know what I'm saying? Or if not, you know what I'm saying, just zip it up and you're covered. So I actually recreated this look as well with suede. This was, I want to say, 2019's fall collection that I did, where the zipper is there. Hold on, wait, it's hard to zip with one hand. There we go. So the zipper was there. The way the model wore it that day during the show, she still had it zipped, which was fine. But I did want to show that this part does open if you want to, be a little, show a little something, you know what I'm saying? This is a long dress. It goes all the way down to the ankle. This dress originally was meant for a different model that I had, who ended up dropping out of the show, unfortunately. So I ended up having to give her design to this model, who I ended up picking in her place because they had similar body structures. I thought that she would fit this design pretty nicely, and she did. This next piece that I made was actually a first for me. I usually make clothes just for women, for females, because that's just what I know best, because, right? This time I just decided to make an outfit for a male, which was really fun. I've had so many people, like males, ask, like, when you doing men's clothes? Let me know when you're doing men's clothes. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll let you know. But then I was just like, why not give it a try? I ended up making an entire sweatsuit, y'all. I don't know where this came from, but I seen the model and I liked his confidence. I liked his demeanor, the way he walked. So I was just like, I want to make that man a sweatsuit. I don't know. Is that weird? I don't know. This is actually my first time making a sweatsuit, like an entire sweatsuit from scratch. So I got inspiration from the sweatsuits I already see, one's from Nike, one's from Adidas, and just kind of saw, their structure behind it, and got this idea. When I tell you, this was like one piece that I was just so proud of. What makes this sweatsuit so nice for me was the side detailing, right? This part took so much patience to sew on the machine. If any of you are sewers, or you ever felt leather, even if it's vegan leather, it's a task to kind of work through the sewing machine, which at the time was just like, is this a good idea? I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Just this stripe alone took about an hour to sew. Then the way I structured it, I did it color block. Can you see the leg? I see a lot of sweatpants for males that have like that sectioning off. It turned out really nice when it got finished, but while I was working it, I was just like, girl, sometimes you just reach too high. Like, what were you thinking? Like, this is... But again, the sweatpants has pockets, deep pockets too. And now the sweatshirt to match. It has that same detailing on the side. And my logo on the back. I actually have a hoodie that I have from Forever 21 that has a flap like this in the front. And I wanted the piece to correlate with another piece I made in the collection. So this flap actually correlates with my black Barbie skirt. See, it's just larger. That was the side of the skirt, you remember? And then you match it with that. So I thought it was cool. The model that actually wore this piece, he actually won one of the scholarships that was presented at the fashion show. It was really fun to work with him. I remember the first time he put this on, he didn't give it back. He really liked this, so I was very happy to make this. I made a whole jogging suit from scratch. Listen, I didn't even know I could do that, to be honest. Now, moving on. So this next piece was very important for me and my collection. So this is the same faux leather that I had for the snake dress. See how this correlates? This is the same fabric, right? You can tell that same faux leather. So it correlated with the dress. This piece was made for a thicker girl, which I love working with thick girls because I want to show people that I can make any kind of clothing fit to you and your body shape to make you feel comfortable. I'm all about building your confidence, building your self-esteem, allowing you to feel comfortable in what I make for you. So when I saw this particular girl, I was just like, jumpsuit. I want to make her a jumpsuit. So that's what I did. This jumpsuit is off shoulder. It has a puff sleeve, ruching right in the middle. This is the chest area, right? Hold on, let me get closer, you can see. So it was meant to hold off shoulder like this. Can you see that? Off shoulder. The ruching is in the middle of the chest, right? It's a jumpsuit, so here's where the top meets with the pants. Again, pockets. They're meant to be a little bit baggy. I just love a baggy kind of jumpsuit, like a nice, it's stylish, but it kind of gives you like utility jumpsuit vibes. The thing with this piece is the model that I chose, I did not know until last minute that the set that walked the stage before me, she was a part of that walk as well for a different designer. So that particular designer had her try on, I think it was like 4 different outfits in one walk, right? I saw backstage, like she would run back and forth, trying to get changed and, you know, trying to beat the time because she had to change 4 times in that one set, which I thought was just like, kudos to her for that, by the way. But it ended up kind of backfiring on me because when it became time for her to change into the jumpsuit, at this point she was exhausted, she was tired, she had been changing, running back and forth, to where she was just like, I'm not going to put a bra on, I don't have time, let me just put the suit on and go. Only thing was, the whole runway, she ended up holding, it just broke my heart. She ended up holding her chest the whole walk down. And so you couldn't really take in the outfit as in its entirety because she was covering it because she didn't have a bra on, because she didn't have time to put a bra on, which, I mean, realistically, she would have been okay. This is made of elastic and it goes over the shoulders. So she was uncomfortable with the bouncing when she walked. And I just wanted to like shout from backstage, like, girl, just let them bounce, girl. Like, just let them be. I was so heartbroken because I felt like, for me, it went against me making something for, you know, someone who's considered thicker and they don't make things to fit us, because I get that all the time. Like, I can't wear this, I can't wear that, I'm a thick girl. So my whole philosophy was to make something she would feel comfortable being in as someone considered as a thicker girl. And it didn't work out like that. So I was heartbroken. But this was the jumpsuit. I really liked it. You know what I'm saying? The ruching actually correlates with another piece that I'll get to in the future. And it actually had a sash to wrap around her waist if she so choose. She decided to wear it without the sash. I'm not sure if it was because she was uncomfortable or she just didn't have time. Like I said, she did have to change like 4 times in the previous set. So what can you do? All right, so this next piece again was a male. I don't even do boy clothes. Like, what? Where did this come from? I ended up making these nice little sweatshorts. Of course, pockets. It's the same fabric as I made the sweatsuit in, right? Same thing. Paired with the shorts, it's a long sleeve shirt with ruching on the side of the sleeve, which goes back to the jumper with the ruching down the middle, and then the next piece after this one. I wanted to incorporate the ruching in a men's shirt without making it look too feminine, because I wasn't going for the feminine look for this particular top. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just not the look I was going for this particular top, you know what I'm saying? But I still kept the same mock neck, has my logo, of course. I was so upset because I ended up running out of time at the very end, because there was supposed to have been a matching vest for this outfit. The vest was going to be made out of the same material too. I still have it. I bought the material and everything. It's uncut. It's still in my fabric drawer because I felt like it looked a little bit too plain and it just needed something. I thought that would have been a nice touch to pair out the outfit with, but he executed it well. He put his chains down on the shirt, so I was just like, okay, Dom. He did a really nice job of working the simplicity of it. I was so sad. I was like, Dom, I didn't have time to make your vest. He was like, that's okay. And he said his vibe is kind of like a rock star vibe anyway, which I liked. He was really fun to work with. The very next piece that walked the runway was a model that was just a tall goddess of beauty. This was her outfit. This has the ruching top to match the jumpsuit. Like I said, all my pieces I wanted to correlate in some way. So it has the matching ruching, still has the mock neck, but with one sleeve. I thought that was really neat. I kind of like one sleeve things. This one was a two-piece, where the skirt matched the top with the ruching. The skirt ruching was right down the middle, in the front, and the back. So she wore this beautifully. She had fun with this down the runway. My mom really enjoyed her walk as well. She did a great job. This was originally one piece, like one full dress. And during the fitting, I asked her, would she like it better if it was split? I was going back and forth about that during the creation. And I just figured I'd ask what she would like. I like to ask the models their feedback as well, because even though I'm the designer, it's my design and my creation, I still wanted to feel comfortable for them. And they may have thought of something that maybe I didn't. But these models were still in college, so I already graduated college. So it's like, you know, maybe my ideas might be outdated. So let me ask the youngins. They're probably my same age. I don't know. I feel like, you know, getting their opinion still, it keeps it fresh. Keeps my fits fresh and up to date. She liked it better split, so I split it, and she did great wearing it. Now, how many I have left? So I have 2 fits left. Now this outfit was yet another male. I don't know, you know what it was? I saw them walking the runway and I just felt like a kid in a candy store and was just like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. I want to dress him. Oh my God, I want her too. She's so cute. Like I couldn't help myself. So I ended up picking yet another guy. I felt like I wanted to dress him in something that was fitted to his body structure, but like really swavy. You know, he had like a really swavy feel to him. So I was just like, I'm gonna make him a velvet suit, and it actually matches. I made a suit for myself. This matches his suit. I actually made myself one. And again, pockets. All right, so his outfit was this velvet top and then the matching pants. I think to the audience eye, this might have looked a little bit plain, but I wanted to put him in something that had a sweatsuit feel, but you can like dress up or down. He wore this very nicely. I really like this material. I thought this material, when it hits the light in a certain way, it looks really, really nice. So I thought that would be a very nice way to kind of end the pieces I had for the males, because it has a really nice suave feel to it. That was the very last piece for the male. And then I have one final model. When I tell you this piece here, like the dress that I made, of course, it was wonderful. But the model, you know what? Just I'm gonna insert a clip right here just so y'all can see. Before I even, this model here, play the clip. Y'all saw that? Like, y'all saw that, right? Like, okay, so just rewind. So this was the final piece of my collection. I really wanted to leave a lasting impression. So when I went to rehearsal to kind of see the models and everything, I saw this woman and I saw her walk, and immediately I was like, that's the one. She's the one. I already knew her walk was so strong. She had legs for days. So I ended up making a nice formal gown with sparkles, because why not have sparkles? It's one sleeve. The collar is like a half mock collar, to where it still matched a little bit of the other pieces as far as the neckline, except I wanted her to have a little bit more skin showing. So the cutout in her chest was there. She had one free arm, and then the collar part actually had a dual meaning. It was meant to match the other pieces that I made, and also to protect her neck so that the sparkles on the inside where I've sewed it didn't scratch her up. It was supposed to be like a barrier between the two. The train is actually 6 feet long, so it dragged the floor. And then in the back, there's another piece that just drags the floor. Another sparkle piece. Now this piece, I wanted to add some tulle to the split of the dress right here, and then all the way around the train. So for those that are my tribe, you've been following me for a while, there's a prom dress that I did for a young lady, and she had, the skirt was tulle, and it was like layers and layers of tulle. I wanted to bring that into this dress as well, but I was pressed for time, so I didn't get a chance to do that. But I think the dress still served what it was going to serve. And the model, let me tell you something. Shanae, if anytime you need me to like vouch for you, make you a portfolio, if you want to go into modeling, like seriously, if you're not already, girl, I am here for you. I would give all the accolades, because she did that. Like, it was the highlight of my night. It gave me so much life. She handled the train. Like, everybody that night was talking, like all my family and all my friends were talking about just her walk alone. I was so proud. I was backstage like, yes, yes, yes. I was so happy. I wanted to cry. And then a bonus. So this was actually my dress that I wore during the show. This dress, I'll be honest with you. Okay, so this always happens to me. Every time I have an event, I always end up making everything for everyone else, and then when it comes to my outfit, I like wait to the very last minute to make anything. So this was no exception. I ended up making this dress in 30 minutes. I told Alexis, I was like, I need to go change really quick. And she was like, okay, make sure you're back in time. Then I came home, and I just had this fabric laying around. I hadn't used it yet. So I was just like, I'm gonna just make a quick dress really fast. This took like all of 35 minutes. I kept true to the mock neckline and the one sleeve, but if you look close, I didn't hem any edges. Look at this. I had strings hanging off of the dress. This is the bottom of it. It's not hemmed. I was just like, listen, I'm just trying to get there, honey. But I thought it was cute. I got a few compliments on the dress. So that's it. That was my collection. I hope you all enjoyed it. For those of you that were attending the actual show and you were there, you received one of my cards. You got an exclusive discount on all these pieces that I've showed you. I'm very proud of this fashion show. This was something that I was very nervous about. I wasn't sure if my collection would be received well, or if they could appreciate my craft, or if anyone would even recognize, like, hey, maybe she made this from scratch. But at the end, I was very confident with how everything turned out. Thank you, Alexis. You were awesome, amazing, beautiful. She was just black girl magic. That's it. I hope you like my collection. Bye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to Miss Sunray Beads, who created these earrings to match my models and outfits. You did a wonderful job. These are so beautiful. Thank you again.
In case you behind, oh, let me remind you the way that I make my move. While